In one of Seneca's letters, he's talking to his friend Lucilius, and he says that we should be hunting out quotes or sayings or ideas from the ancients that we can use as our models, that can be there for us always. In fact, that's what this letter exchange between the two of them over years and years was. It was them, hey, here's this quote I think you would like. Here's this reminder that I thought. Here's this thing that I'm thinking about. I'm Ryan Holiday. In today's episode, I want to talk about a really important Stoic practice that's guided me through my 15 years now of studying Stoicism, whether I'm talking to the NFL or the NBA, whether I'm speaking to special forces operators or sitting US senators, whether I'm running my bookstore or writing one of my books. I try to have things around me that inspire me, that guide me, that give me clarity about the situations that I'm dealing with. Sometimes that's a quote, sometimes that's a statue, sometimes that's a picture. But the idea is these are reminders put up on display. Marcus Aurelius says, nothing is so inspiring as seeing the virtues we admire embodied around us. And so my office, my house, my life, even my body is a way of displaying these ideas so I can follow them, I can lean on them in whatever situations I happen to find myself. This is one of my favorite Marcus Aurelius quotes. He says, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. The idea for the Stoics is you don't talk about it, you embody it, right? What do? Doesn't matter what you read, it doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you say. What matters are the results. Are you being the person that philosophy wants you to be, as Marcus Aurelius says? This is the Daily Stoic calendar. That's the tearaway. Today is what? Monday. What makes a person free from hindrance and self-determining? Wealth doesn't, neither does high office, state, or kingdom. Rather, something else must be found in the case of living, is knowledge of how to live. So that's one quote a day that I love. This is Walker Percy, one of my absolute favorite writers. I like just having him look over my desk while I'm writing. This is a memento mori reminder. This is a picture of Marcus Aurelius that someone sent me. So I see that from across my desk, which is really good. This is a quote from General Mattis that he sent me. Things were kind of falling apart in the world, and I was talking to him about it, and he seemed hopeful. And I said, if you seem hopeful after all the dark stuff you've seen, what excuse do I have? And he just said, keep the faith, Ryan, hold the line. So that's a really important reminder for me. This is a quote I try to live by. I said it, but it's a reminder. Am I being a good steward of Stoicism? So I try to think about that always. This is my large bust of the one and only Marcus Aurelius. And then this is a bust of Marcus Aurelius. It's Italian marble. It's from the 1840s. So I try to have these two busts of Marcus Aurelius always to think about. I have a more fati coin, as Nietzsche says, that we not only bear what is necessary, but love it. This is the memento mori coin. I have a bunch of memento mori reminders that I'll show you. This is a little one that I have that I wrote to myself. I said 2020 is a test, won't make you a better person or a worse one. So that's a reminder. This is a bust of Amelia Earhart. Her motto was always think with your stick forward, about momentum, which I try to think about as I'm struggling as a writer. And when I'm struggling with my writing, that it's about forward momentum. I just need to make a little progress. I can't lose my ground speed. This is a Buddhist quote. It got some water on it. Tao is in the emptiness. Emptiness is in the fast of the mind. That's actually the quote that inspired stillness is the key. Oh, in here I have two that are really important to me. This is a quote from Hemingway. The first draft of everything is shit. The idea being that first drafts aren't perfect, but what matters is what you build on top of them. What matters is you get to the first draft. You can edit and polish a first draft, but you can't edit and polish something that doesn't exist. And then this is one of my absolute favorites. This is the last page of the original manuscript of Stephen Pressfield's Gates of Fire, which I think is the most important and beautiful page in the whole book. But it has the epitaph of the Spartans who died at Thermopylae. It says, go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here obedient to their laws we lie. And this is just an important reminder to me about duty and responsibility and sacrifice. So I like having that on the wall. It's page 802 of the original manuscript. This is Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, so I have that. I have a Seneca quote here. Some lack the fickleness to live as they wish and just live as they have begun. This is a bust of Seneca, another bust of Marcus Aurelius. my old philosophy books, Marcus Aurelius again, Marcus Aurelius. So I just like having Marcus around. It's just like the embodiment of, obviously he's not alive, I can't talk to him. Having the image of it is there and it's inspiring and good. This is one of my heroes, William Tecumseh Sherman. So I have this painting of him on the wall. Memento Mori coin again. This is a NYPD challenge coin that someone sent me. The motto is fortune favors the bold. This is from the 31st Fighter Wing in Aviano Air Force Base in Italy, who I talked to a few years ago. They have a great motto, return with honor. To me, return with honor means like, come back better than you left, right? Don't be degraded by what you do out there. Don't be changed by what happens out there, but come back with the same commitments, the same ideals, the same beliefs that you left with. This is John Fonte, one of my favorite writers. So I like to have writers whose example inspires me around. He's also a bit of a cautionary tale. And this is another Memento Mori. This is a Dance of Death print, and the idea is that the arrow is pointed directly at you. The arrow escapes no one. No one escapes the dance that I dance, as the French inscription says. And it's supposed to be mounted right at eye level. And then this I just put up, this is the 4 virtues. So the owl is wisdom, the man dropping water into wine is temperance, the lion is courage, and then those are the scales of justice. Those are the 4 virtues of Stoicism. Those are the 4 virtues that I try to live by. And I have this here so everyone that comes into the office, everyone that works for me has a constant reminder of the 4 virtues. And then there's a little bit of that, that thing in locker rooms where you're supposed to touch it as you go. There's a couple here. These are 4 really cool prints from the artist Joey Roth, whose stuff I love. To me, this is about the difference between talking and doing. It's kind of an embodiment of the Marcus Aurelius, don't talk about it, be about it quote that we talked about earlier. This is the difference between a beginner, a master, and an expert. It's about what you see beneath the surface that matters. This one about sort of the full bullet necessary for success, inspiration, discipline, success, humility. And then this one, it's about, well-rounded is great, but obsessed is better, he's saying. And then there's a reminder of stillness. This is a quote I love from Walter Mosley. I'm not saying that you have to be a reader to save your soul in the modern world. I'm saying it helps. And then we have Kafka. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. I just love that quote as both a writer and a reader. Great line from a Margarita Engel poem. Books are door-shaped portals carrying me across oceans and centuries, helping me feel less alone. This is one of my favorite Latin expressions. A book is medicine for the soul. Obviously, I believe this. That's why I chose this profession. And then this is the last one that I sort of built the bookstore around, which is that good things happen in bookstores. In fact, Stoicism is founded in a bookstore. So anyways, I just like to have these reminders everywhere. I think about them often. I guess the last 3 I would give you, I don't just have in my house or in my office or my bookstore, but I literally tattooed on my body. And they are: the obstacle is the way, ego is the enemy, and stillness is the key. If you want to learn more about Stoic philosophy, totally for free, you can sign up for our daily Stoic email. It's 1 free email every morning, the best of Stoic wisdom, dailystoic.com/email.